Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we're taking a cheeky look at Harmony and specifically how to become a millionaire with the Harmony One token. So, Chris, this is a topic that we try to cover quite a bit on this channel. We look at multiple different projects and we just kind of break down the numbers to see how many tokens you may actually need, to become a millionaire with a certain project. So today we're taking a look at the Harmony One project, the protocol, all around trying to solve that blockchain scalability issue. So we're going to take a look at the numbers, see what's going on here with Harmony, what the competition for Harmony is currently up to, what the competition has achieved, and what might be the likely outcome for Harmony One in the long term. So if you do find this video useful, informative, go ahead and smash that like button. Chris really appreciates it, I really appreciate it, and I like to think that you appreciate it too. And of course, if you happen to be new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all the videos, live streams, and premieres that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. You'll be kept well informed of all the latest news and events around cryptocurrencies. And Chris, this is a Harmony One video. So do you want to talk a little bit about the Harmony One staking pool that we've set up?
Yeah, so we spun up a One Harmony staking pool now. We're not minting just yet. We've got 1.5 million One tokens delegated so far, and we really want to edge towards that 5 million, so we're consistently minting blocks. We would love to have you minting blocks with us. It supports the channel, but not only that, it supports the project, right? Nick and myself have kind of said we're not going to sell you rubbish on this channel. We're going to try to do stuff that benefits the community, the cheeky crypto community, and the projects that we're invested in. So this is a great way for us to get support for the channel and also support the project. So we'd love to have you doing that. We have got a video how to delegate your Harmony One in the pool, so do check that out. And I think the rewards are pretty good, aren't they, Nick?
They are very juicy rewards indeed, Chris.
Super.
Fantastic. Right, let's jump on over to the desktop and try to break down some of the numbers here for Harmony One. Okay, so for those who do not know, let's just do a brief kind of recap on what Harmony One protocol is all about. Harmony One is one of those latest projects that is trying to tackle the issue around blockchain scalability. Harmony One have built their platform from the ground up with optimization in mind, and this is a crucial thing, specifically when you start looking at some of these first generation or second generation blockchains that have kind of plagued with issues that haven't really thought it through. They kind of rushed it through to get to market without actually, taking the time to really address some of those fundamental issues. There are a couple of blockchains, Chris, that actually have taken the time to build something from the ground up, not just taking a copy of what already exists, also known as a hard fork, right? It's not something like that. This is something that they've taken a step back, looked at the landscape, and built from the ground up. If that sounds familiar to you guys, then yes, it sounds exactly like something that Cardano did. They took a time out, they stepped back, they looked at the scientific approach, and they built it from the ground up. And Harmony has done a very similar thing. They use a full stack approach, and Harmony is basically developing a sharded based kind of blockchain, right? They have 4 shards, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And basically that means that you can process transactions in parallel. So it's a really crucial thing. There's a couple of other blockchain technologies that are also doing sharding. You have 𝗕𝗘𝗪, for example, that's another one. And we also now have obviously Harmony Protocol. So really good stuff going on. They're the latest project, to basically be raising funds on the Binance Launchpad, I believe, way back. So really good stuff going on there. And, I think ultimately it does provide that high throughput, low latency and low fee consensus platform that I think the economy needs. And this is ultimately what the future decentralized economy needs. So they plan to address the issues faced in other blockchain ecosystems through the use of best research and engineering practices, basically, designed truly to optimize and fine tune the ecosystem. So really good stuff going on. But I'm not going to talk too much more about what Harmony is. We did an entire video about this, so we do recommend going to check that video out. Today we're going to be looking specifically at the token and what might be in store and how many tokens you might need if you're trying to become a millionaire with the Harmony One protocol. So here we have the website for Harmony One just in the background. And we can just obviously scroll through some of this stuff. We obviously have the sharding and the staking on the mainnet. As Chris was just talking about there, we have our own pool, delegating and staking pool readily available, so you can delegate there and you'll be able to earn rewards. Currently staked, Chris, we have 1.5 million, which is what you're talking about. So we obviously self-staked 51,000 at the moment. We're going to put more in later, but we're only operating on 1 shard, and ideally we're going to operate on 4 shards, so we'll just continue to expand as needed. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, this is the pool. You can find it through the ticket of 𝗕𝗘𝗪 just on the staking.harmony.one website. So yeah, did you check that out if you want to participate?
I was going to say, Nick, obviously we had somebody send some Harmony One to our wallet. Do you want to just go through how not to do it? Obviously we sent that back yesterday, but obviously we don't want people sending their Harmony One to our address, do we?
Absolutely. So it was really easy for me to see because we're not yet minting, right? We're not actually creating blocks at this point. Until we get to about 5 million staked, we're not going to necessarily see us being elected, and we're not going to be starting to produce blocks. Once we start producing blocks, it's going to be really hard for me to notice if anyone does send this into the wrong address. But basically, what someone's done is they've actually sent it to the validator address here, right? Rather than clicking the delegate button, they've actually sent their Harmony One to this address. If you do that, then you're not delegating it, you're just sending it straight to my wallet. And you don't want to be doing that. Now, I was able to send this particular person their crypto back because we're not minting blocks, right? And that was really obvious to see that there was funds in this account that just shouldn't be there. So I was able to reverse it. But when funds are readily coming in every single day, it's going to be really hard for me to notice whether or not someone's accidentally sent something to that address. So it's important that you don't send it to that address. Instead, you just use the delegate button over here and then go through the entire process via that delegation. So really important, make sure you do that if you're going to be delegating. But let's get back onto the subject, Chris. So you see staking's on there, which is fantastic. But we're ultimately going to be talking about the protocol features, right? So we have obviously Harmony, Ethereum, Ethereum 2, Cosmos and Polkadot, right? These are the ones that Harmony are kind of comparing themselves to. So obviously transaction finality is 2 seconds with Harmony, whereas Ethereum at 6 minutes, Ethereum 2 it's 12.8 minutes, and Cosmos is 7 seconds and Polkadot is 12 seconds. So straight away you can see it's so much faster. From a validator perspective, there's 1,000 on Harmony One. There's greater than 7.1 with Ethereum, 8,000 with Ethereum 2, there's 120 with Cosmos and 200 with Polkadot, at least at the point of doing this video, or at least when they did the website last. The transaction fees, it's negligible. It doesn't really exist here with Harmony. It's like a fraction of a penny. We have Ethereum. We all know the fees with Ethereum. We can see Ethereum 2 is still higher and more expensive than Harmony. We can see that Cosmos again is still more expensive, and Polkadot is actually on par. We can see that the mainnet has been around for Harmony here since June 2019. Ethereum is 2015. December 2020 for Ethereum 2.0. We have Cosmos here at March 2019 and June 2020 for Polkadot. The sharding size, there's 250 nodes per shard, okay, for Harmony. Ethereum doesn't have any shards, 128 shards per, nodes per shard for Ethereum 2, 125 nodes per shard for Cosmos, and 100 nodes per shard for Polkadot, right? So straight away we can see that, from a decentralization point of view, Harmony is already winning that battle. The annual issuance, is 3% with Harmony, so higher than Ethereum or Ethereum 2, but much lower than Cosmos and slightly more than Polkadot at 2.5 there. So straight away we can see that. We can see shards, there are currently 4 with Harmony, 1 with Ethereum, 64 shards with Ethereum 2, 15 chains with Cosmos, and 100 shards with Polkadot. So, a little bit different there. And as Harmony builds, more shards will become readily available as well. But this is what we're going to be talking about in terms of, tokens, right? So we can see that Harmony themselves are comparing to, Ethereum, Cosmos, and Polkadot. So let's take a bit of a look, right, and at what's going on. So here we have the Harmony One token. It's currently trading at 2.699 cent. Okay, so quite affordable, at least in my opinion. The market cap, Chris, is $247.7 million, so tiny market cap. There are 9.1 billion tokens in circulating supply and a maximum supply of 12.6 billion. Okay, so good maximum number. Now, when we look at Ethereum, we can see that's currently trading at $1,470. We have a market cap of $168.9 billion. We can see there is no maximum supply, and there's currently 114.8 million ETH, right? So a much lower supply, circulating supply of Ethereum, which is why you get that price so high. Okay, but that's important to understand how your circulating supply drives your market cap, okay? Because your market cap is a simple calculation of the current value of the token multiplied by the circulating supply, and then you get a market cap. You get a fully diluted market cap using the total supply and all that kind of jazz. If we have a look at Polkadot, we can see that that's currently at $34.41. This has a market cap of $31.4 billion and has just under $1 billion in circulating supply, right? So here we have 913.6 million dot. And yeah, that's how you get that price so high again. So a reasonable market cap, multiply the price by the the price by the circulating supply gets you to that market cap. So really simple to kind of understand that. Now, obviously, we have Cosmos as well, right? $19.63, a market cap of $4.1 billion. Circulating supply here is 211 million, no maximum supply. So out of all of these ecosystems, Harmony is the only one that has an absolute definitive maximum number. And that's important because over time, Ethereum, Polkadot, and Cosmos, they'll actually start to increase that demand. That supply will just continue to increase. It has no cap to it. So therefore, they're always going to be issuing new tokens constantly and over and over and over again. And if you can imagine what it might look like in 10 years, 20 years, 30, even 50 years from now, what would that supply look like? At least with Harmony, you have a definitive number. It will never go above 12.6 billion. Okay, so that's an important thing. It's an important thing to bear in mind. It's why things like Cardano are doing incredibly well. It's why XRP, Stellar, they all have a capped number. Even Bitcoin has a capped number. It has an element of scarcity to it. If we have a quick look at Cardano, this is something that has a 31.1 billion tokens, okay? It has a maximum supply of 45 billion. So Harmony 1, when you compare it to Cardano, is also significantly lower in the tokens, but obviously has a much lower market cap. Now, Cardano here has a market cap of $43.8 billion, Chris, which is a huge step forward. They're currently trading at $1.41. So if we start thinking, okay, well, there's more tokens currently in circulating supply with Cardano, it has a much higher market cap, it has a much higher value. Then what is Harmony so far behind? And actually, it's because it just hasn't been around as long, right? This was out in June or July 2019. It hasn't been around too long. It takes a little bit of time to get an ecosystem up and running. But things are moving quite nicely for Harmony now, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. But Chris, we're going to be talking about how to become a millionaire with a Harmony 1 token, right?
Yeah, that's it, Nick. And I think with this, it's possible, right? Like, I think it's a great project, still early on in its lifespan, I suppose. And in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to do phenomenally well. And I don't think it's quite on everybody's radar just yet.
No, absolutely. So let's just do a little bit of math, right? Let's take the Polkadot market cap, right, of $31 billion, okay? And we're going to use that as the benchmark. So what would happen if Harmony was to get to that $31 billion? Well, let me just grab the old calculator, Chris, and dust it off and see what would go on, right? So we take that $31 billion, right? And what we're going to do is just divide that by the circulating supply of 178,977,835, right? So that's that current circulating supply. That would give us a token value, Chris, of $3.37. So straight away, we could move if market cap were to increase, right, to a significant point where the demand is there. We could see, the Harmony One token actually increase in value up towards that $3.37. Now, if that were to be the case, how many tokens would you need to achieve a million, Harmony, $1 million from Harmony One, right? So Chris, if you just remember that $3.37, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw in the calculator here. $1 million. If we divide that $1 million by the $3.37, then ultimately, you're going to need to acquire around 296,735 Harmony One tokens, right? But so that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? It sounds like you need just under 300,000, but let's just call it a flat 300,000 tokens. If you were to acquire 300,000 Harmony One tokens, then the market cap was to increase to 31 billion, which is quite a small, market cap for any project during a bull cycle. Then this could definitely turn you into a millionaire, right? So let's go ahead and take that 300,000, Chris, and then just multiply that by the current value of a token. So if we were to go ahead and buy 300,000, if you were to buy 300,000 tokens, Chris, and today that would basically be the equivalent of $7,800, right? So if you had an investment of $7,800 and you're a long-term investor, as you are, Chris, maybe sitting on Harmony One for 3 years, delegating it, earning even more Harmony, then you might end up being a millionaire when that market cap increases to 31 billion, which is a reasonable market cap. It's not by no stretch of the imagination is that fast approaching the 168 billion of Ethereum. It's definitely an achievable amount. It's on par with Cardano today, but Cardano is going to be significantly higher in 5 years, in my opinion. So this thing is, reasonably priced. It's definitely undervalued for everything that Harmony is trying to do. I think a $31 billion market cap in the future for Harmony One is something that could be achieved, Chris.
Yeah, and I think you've got to look at where we are in the lifespan of this particular project. You've got to look at what the team has been doing in the background, which is immense. They've got a fantastic team, and yeah, I can see this one. It kind of does remind me of Cardano, like a while back. You know what I mean? So yeah, I expect this project to do really, really well. I expect it to potentially go higher than the prices that we're talking about, right? But we're trying to keep it as realistic as possible. So don't give us heat on the fact that you think it's going to go higher. We're probably aligned with one another, but for us, we want to sort of keep it as realistic as possible when we're looking at these prices, right? But with all that said, I think it's got a really bright future, and I don't think you're even going to need to buy the 300,000 tokens, because like Nick said, if you're delegating, right, the rewards are like between 11 and 12% APY. So you don't need to buy 300,000 tokens. You could buy substantially less and just stake it for a few years, and it'll all add up. I just think it's a fantastic way to make a passive income as well, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic way to be earning a passive income. It's a great way to, have a lower initial investment and for that investment to, become bigger over time. So definitely well worth checking out. So hopefully, guys, you found this video useful and informative. Hopefully it gives you a bit of an idea as to what you might want to, expect from the Harmony One protocol and ultimately the one token and how many tokens you might be looking at if you wanted to become a millionaire using this particular project. I think a $31 billion market cap in time is definitely achievable with Harmony. I think the protocol itself is fantastic. It's one of the reasons that we spun up, the validator node, the set up the staking pool, was to support the fantastic work that's happening with Harmony One. So as I said earlier in the video, do check out the video on what is Harmony. And we kind of go into a little bit more detail on everything about the Harmony One project. And if you did find it useful and informative, then go ahead and smash that like button. Chris really appreciates it. I really appreciate it. And if you happen to be new to the channel and you're not that subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with all this said and done, we hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Take care.